So the income from employment is called as what? Salary. Similarly, now the question comes, why are people undertaking all these activities? And all these activities are referred to as what? They are referred to as business. Now, why are people undertaking all these activities? People are undertaking all these activities same in order to earn an income. In order to earn an income. And the income which you get from the business is called as what? Is called as profit. Is called as profit. Income from job is called what? Salary. And income from business is called as what? Profit. Now the question comes, how do you arrive at profit, or how do you find out profit? Now, for suppose if I'm buying a product for 10 rupees and selling it for 15 rupees, so what will be my profit? So obviously it is 5. Now how did I arrive at this 5 rupees profit? So that is what is, how do you arrive at profit? It is nothing but income minus expenditure will give us profit. Now I told you, I bought a product for 10 rupees. When I purchased the product, money is going out. If money is going out, it is called as an expense. So 10 rupees has gone out. Now when I sold the product, money is coming in. When money is coming in, it is referred to as what? It is referred to as income. So income is 15 rupees minus expenditure is 10 rupees, and the difference is what? 5 rupees, and that is referred to as profit. So we'll start off from profit. And I said the profit we earned in this case was 5 rupees. So how do we arrive at profit? It is income minus expenditure will give us the profit. Now the question comes, when do we, what is the time frame in which we find out the profit? Suppose Ram is sitting in a general store, and will Ram find the profit? Will he find the profit for every transaction? Now somebody comes and says, I bought a toothbrush, say, and it's for 12 rupees. Now will Ram try to analyze the profit immediately? Okay, I purchased this for 10 rupees. I'm selling it for 12 rupees and my profit is 2 rupees. So do you find the profit for every transaction? Obviously not. Now do you find the profit at the end of each day? No. After 10 o'clock does Ram close down the shutter, sit in his place of business and try to make a list of all the income and expenses and all? No, he'll just close the shutter and go to his home. So obviously you don't find the profit for every transaction, not for a day, not for a month. But usually every activity is analyzed for a time period, and in this case the time period is 1 year. So you find the profit at the end of 1 year, at the end of an year. Year is how many months? 12 months. So we don't find the profit for every transaction. We don't find the profit at the end of every day or end of every month. We find out the profit once in every year. Now the question comes, can you recall all the incomes and all the expenses for 1 year? So can you recall what all incomes you received for 365 days and what all expenses you have paid during 365 days? No. It is very difficult to recall all this transaction. So because we can't remember all this transaction for what are happening over a period of 1 year, therefore, so if you don't remember anything, what do? We record it. Since profit is found out once in every year, and it's very difficult for us to remember all the incomes for 1 year and all the expenditures for 1 year, therefore what we do? We record. Recording is nothing but what? Writing, maintaining a record. We record what? We record all business transactions. We record all business transactions. Now what is a business transaction? I'll explain in detail a little later, but let us continue from there. So we record all business transactions. Now the question comes, where do we record them? Where do we record them? We record them in a statement. We record them in a statement. What is a statement? Any information that is presented very systematically in a proper form, in a particular order, such thing is called as a statement. So we record all this business transaction in a statement, and this statement is called as account. This statement is called as account. Now we are actually coming to your subject. So you are in the commerce stream. We started with that, and the subject which you're doing now in the commerce stream is account. Now the question comes. Now what do you mean by an account? The definition is here itself. Account is what? Account is a statement. Account is a statement. What do you do in the statement? In the statement we record. What do we record? We record all business transactions. So what is an account? Account is a statement, and in the statement what do? We record. What do we record? We record all business transactions. So finally we can conclude that account is a statement in which we record all business transactions. We'll just hold it here and we'll just recall what we have understood up to now. So we started off with what? We started off with commerce. And commerce means what? Commerce means business. Business deals in what? Business deals in goods and services. Goods means what? Goods are nothing but products. The business that deals in goods are classified in how many categories? Into two categories. One, manufacturing and selling. Two, buying and selling. Three, selling of services. Business in the nature of manufacturing and selling is called what? Industry. Buying and selling is called what? Trade. Selling services is called what? Profession. Now why do people do all these activities? People do all these activities in order to earn an income. That income from the business is called as what? That income from the business is called as profit. That income from the business is called as profit. Now the question comes, how do you arrive at profit, or how do you find out profit? So what is income minus expenditure will give us what? Will give us profit. So now the question comes, when do you find out the profit? Do you find it out for every transaction? No. Every day? No. Every week? No. Every month? No. We find out once in a year. Now is it possible for us to remember all the incomes and all the expenditures for 1 year? It is not possible. Therefore what we do? We record. What do we record? We record all the activities that takes place in a business that are called as what? Business transactions. Where do we record all the business transactions? In a statement, and that statement is called as what? It is called as an account. So now what is an account? Account is a statement in which we record all business transactions. Now the question comes, how does the statement looks like? How do we said statement is a record which is present in a systematic manner. So this statement is like this. So it has two parts. This is the left hand side. This is the right hand side. So this is an account. So every account has two parts, a left hand side and a right hand side. The left hand side is called as the debit side. Denoted by an abbreviation called DR. The right hand side is called as the credit side. Denoted by an abbreviation called CR. Now how does the account look like? Account has two sides, the left hand side and the right hand side. The left hand side is called the debit side, denoted by DR, and the right hand side is called the credit side, denoted by CR. Now let's go still further. We are continuing from here, and then we said this is an account. say, okay, this is an account. It has two sides, the left hand side and the right hand side. The left hand side we call it as debit side, we are denoting by DR. The right hand side is called the credit side, we are denoting by CR. So these are the two sides for an account. Each side has three columns. So each side has three columns. This is the first column, the second column, this is the third column. So it has again three columns. First column, second column, third column. So now, the first column is date. The second column we call it as particulars. And the third column we call it as amount. Again, as usual, here the first column is date column, the second column is particulars column, and the third column is amount. So this is how an accounts look like. So what we said, account is a statement. What is a statement? Anything which is very systematic. In the statement, what we do, we record all business transactions. Now how? So what is today's date? So it is 10th of June, 9th of June. So we write the date 9th June. Okay, on this date what will we do? Say suppose on this date we have paid salaries. So we write salary. And what is the amount we have paid? We have paid 5,000. Say on this date, also the same date, 9th of June, what do? We paid rent to the landlord. So we write the transaction is rent, and how much we paid? Say we paid 10,000. So what did I say account? Account is a statement in which we record. What do you record? You record all business transaction. You record on the date on which the transaction is taking place. You record what is a business transaction. You also record what is the amount transacted. So this exactly is what is an account. So with that, probably we have to come to the end of today's class. We try to understand like what is an account. Yesterday's class also we understood that in accounts, what do? They maintain a record of all the business transactions, and this is what it is. So we'll continue from here. So we said what account is. What account is a statement. Anything systematic in which you record. What are we recording? We are recording all the business transactions. The date on which the transaction takes place. What is the transaction and what is the amount transacted. So let us come from here. So account has how many sides? It has two sides. The left hand side and the right hand side. The left hand side is called the debit side, denoted by DR. The right hand side is called the credit side, denoted by CR. Each side has three columns: date, particulars, amount, date, particulars, amount. And in the statement, what do we record? We record the date on which the transaction has taken place. We record what is the business transaction. We also record what is the amount transacted. So with that, we come to an end of today's class, where we are trying to look at introduction to accounts, and we try to understand today like what is an account. I hope it's easy, and we'll conclude it for today. Thank you.